friends, foes, and those yet to be determined. Some of you may be wondering, what's going on? This is new. This is different. I don't like it. I do kind of may be interested. Well, let me quell those thoughts, at least some of them. Can't really help it for those of you that might not like what this is. But for those that don't know, I used to do this all the time back when I was a YouTuber. For those that don't know, I switched from Twitch over to YouTube, and I want to bring them back because, one, they're a great way for me to keep up on things going on in the hobby, and they're a great way to keep you guys informed of things that I'm interested in and some things that you guys might be interested in. And this week we happen to have a good bit of news that I felt I could cover some stuff. So I will be bringing these back, and they are formally called Hobby News Wednesdays. So hopefully you guys will look forward to them. I don't know what the release schedule is going to be. I do know that in the future I'm going to be having some fancier infographics instead of just PNGs I grabbed off Google. But that will come at a later date and time, as I'm currently packing away for a trip. This is kind of being recorded about Thursday before I leave. So like a week before this goes live on YouTube. So that also being said, if there's any news that breaks while I'm away about anything that I'm going to talk about today, obviously I won't be able to cover it. It won't be covered today. Because I'm going to be on a vacation. But I'm going to look, and I will update it the following week if that's the release schedule I decide to do. That being said, let's talk about some things. And our first section is going to be called Video Games. Video Game News. Video games is one of the hobbies near and dear to my heart. It's been, I guess you could say, my whole life that I've indulged in video games, and I really like learning about new games and seeing what's out there. And this week, we had some really big news with it. With Triple I. Think a Nintendo Direct, no host, no people talking, nothing but trailers. We got a bunch of release dates, bunch of new game announcements, some I'm really excited for. Those are the ones we're going to be covering because I'm the host and I get to say so. But before we get to any of those, game I stumbled upon recently is a little game that is called Star Wars Zero Company. So, Star Wars Zero Company, what's it about? Well, I'm so glad you asked. At least I hope you asked, or I just looked like an idiot. This game is think an XCOM style game set during the Clone Wars, late Clone Wars, be specific. It looks really cool, really neat. I can't wait to get into it. I've been seeing some stuff about it. Kind of looks like it's more Mass Effect, Baldur's Gate style, kind of mixed in with that like turn-based combat. I really like turn-based combat games. I think they're really great. I can't wait for this to come out, and there's some really cool things about this game that we're going to talk about right now. First off, there have been talks of the new enemies. There is a unique enemy to this game known as a cult, the Infinite Coil. They seek to spread a dangerous affliction known as the Shadow Plague across the galaxy. All of the cult members are infected with this disease, and it can grant them enhanced physical resilience and other strange abilities. They seem to be like they're going to be pretty interesting to fight with. They're also teamed up with a super tactical droid of the Separatist. It is going to be... These guys seem like a very unique enemy type in the Star Wars universe. I wonder if there's going to be some sort of tie-in with the Force there. What's that going to be about? How are we going to learn about this mysterious plague? It's going to be interesting, for sure. Here is a bit of what the map is going to look like. You're going to be using a ship known as the Cassion. I'm probably mispronouncing that, to jump between missions and manage resources. So there is going to be kind of that aspect to the game too. So kind of what I'm gathering is it's going to be a little bit more like a Fire Emblem game, which I don't know about the rest of you. I've been having a Fire Emblem itch lately that I can't scratch, and I'm kind of hoping this game scratches it. If this game doesn't scratch it, I'm going to have to wait till another Fire Emblem game comes out, and that's going to suck. But that being said, that's all for Zero Company. Next up, we have a game I tried on stream. I don't remember if I specifically streamed it or if I just had, or if I was just over on one of my friends' channels playing it. But I will definitely be streaming this one when it comes out. It is a little game called Romestead. Romestead. So if you guys like Stardew Valley, any like 2D like building crafters, this one was so fun. There was a playtest earlier this last month, even I almost said this month. It was super fun. Me and my friends played the hell out of it, and cannot wait for the release, which they announced is going to be on May 26th. So I am counting down the days for May 26th. It is going to be so fun. I am 100% going to stream it. I'm going to be trying to wrap up some series here so that I have time to stream it. It's like it is so far. It is probably my most anticipated game off this list. I'm not even going to lie. It is 100% probably my most anticipated game. It is such a cozy little crafter builder. You get to work with the gods. It is so fun. And obviously, there's so many enemies, mostly undead. But it is. I'm so interested in it. Like, I was so invested. You get to make your own little, like, towns. Basically, you're rebuilding Rome. It's going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. But another game I cannot wait for those of you that have been around a while, and I mean a long, long while, you will know that I have an affinity for pirate games. And this next game is all about pirates. It is called Windrose. It is a lot of people I see online are comparing it to Sea of Thieves, but it is also a survival crafter. So, a Sea of Thieves survival crafter, sign me up. Like, this is kind of what the worlds are looking like and the inventory. They also, their trailer showed off a bit of ship combat, a bit of sword combat. Here we kind of see what I'm hoping is going to be a bit of customizing. And if you guys know me, I love a good character customizer. And I love, 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 love pirates. Pirates are like one of the best things to ever come out. Obviously, not real life. Real life pirates are kind of weird, are criminals. But if I could be a pirate in a video game, let me be a pirate in a video game, right? This is, if Romestead isn't my most anticipated game, this one's a close second. This one is a very close second. Can't wait to play this one. I'm probably going to be as addicted to this as I was Sea of Thieves when it first came out. I don't remember, and it will be releasing on April 14th. So that is soon. Early access will be releasing April 14th. That makes more sense. I'm so excited talking about it. Forgot to talk about it. It's going to be mostly PvE. I don't believe they talked about any PvP. So that's kind of nice. I know a lot of people were frustrated with the PvP aspect of Sea of Thieves. So maybe this would be a good alternative for people who didn't quite like that aspect. It will also feature farming, fishing, crafting, trading, all wonderful things. You will also be able to hire non-player characters for your crew as well, which has kind of always been this, like, I wish I could have more crew when I play Sea of Thieves, especially when there's just, like, sometimes I can't get all my friends together. And by the sounds of this is also going to kind of allow for, like, you to have, like, a ship fleet, like some actual pirate captains did back in the day. Now, next up, for those of you that have watched some of the series on YouTube, I know I don't cover this next game series as much, but Pal World is getting a little bit of competition with this next game. Temtem Pioneers. This game looks so amazing. It is open world survivor crafter, but with Temtems. And I know a lot of people liked Pal World, and probably what I might be about to say might be a little, like, heretical, I guess we'll say, because we'll be talking about Warhammer later. So call me a heretic if you want. But look, the design of Thames versus the design of Pal, I like the design of Thames a lot more. And I absolutely love creature catchers. There were several things that stood out to me in the trailer. Mounts. Looks like you're going to be able to ride on some of the Temtems, which you can see, I think, 3 pictured here. I don't know if I recognize any of these immediately, but there's like a chocobo looking one, a wolf, and I honestly have no idea what to compare that one to. That one might actually be in the actual game. Oh, you see so many new Temtems, and I absolutely love creature catchers. Can't wait to see all the new like creatures they put in this game. Can't wait to play this with my friends because this is like a lot of survival crafts that come out nowadays. It is going to be have an online aspect where you can either play with yourself by yourself or you can play with friends. And I mean, we see a wide range of character customization here as well, which again, like I said earlier, I like a good character customizer. And the models look a lot more adult than the previous Temtem game. I guess I should say the base Temtem game. And it kind of looks like what the story is going to be. For those of you that don't know Temtems, the main story of the Temtem game takes place on floating islands. Well, it looks like in this game, you're going down to the surface. You're going to figure out what's down there. You're going to explore. You're going to be pioneers, which such like a great name for something like that. I love it. Absolutely love it. Now, this next game was one that the art style is really what drew me in. And it's out now in early access, but they gave a release, kind of. They gave a release window. Lost Castle 2. The art style for this looks so fun, and I love the character designs, which is why it made it on this little like list of, hey, here's some games coming out that like I'm kind of interested in. It's a roguelike, so very much like Hades 2, Risk of Rain, those kind of games. It features over 200 different weapons and armors, a diverse range of action mechanics, and unique weapon skills. There's treasure, there's thrilling levels. And again, like I said, these character designs, I cannot get enough of them. Right here, if I were to give these guys D&D classes, we have Paladin, Barbarian, Rogue, Fighter, I guess, would be this last guy, and Dinosaur. There's a little dinosaur right here, and I love him. He looks adorable. It looks so cool, so much fun. This is another one where it's like, I can't wait to get into this with my friends. The character designs, though. I still can't get over how good these character designs look. I didn't play the first one. Lost Castle 2, though. Keep your eye on it. But now, for a game I do know quite a bit about. Oxygen Not Included is getting a bit of a sequel game. Away Team. I think I'm saying that right. They are currently hosting a single-player playtest for this one. And if I had to describe this game, think kind of Terraria, honestly. It does very much, it's a side-scrolling adventure game, a side-scrolling simulation. So very much Terraria, but with that Oxygen Not Included style. It looks like you're going to be able to interact with the environment using this kind of like gun zapper thing. And it looks like the environment like will mix and match in different ways. It looks really interesting. In the trailer, they showed off building these vents, and that seemed really interesting. I'm wondering how that's going to work. I really love the Oxygen Not Included franchise. Recently, I've even been playing a bit of the Spaced Out DLC, trying to get to space. I'm not the best at it. Resource managements are, between you guys and me, are not my forte. But I've been trying. So having a more Terraria-like is going to be interesting. Now, while the playtest is for the early access, I should say, is for single player, they did kind of show this at the end, which does show like, hey, we know it's single player now, but it's going to get multiplayer in the future. It's being worked on, which again, I can think of a few people who might enjoy this one, who I might be trying to get hooked into the Oxygen Not Included brand. World franchise? I don't know what you want to call it. But speaking of games set in space that are multiplayer that I played a long, long time ago and still kind of play to this day, it is, of course, going to be Starseeker Astroneer Expeditions. This game looks so much fun. I love the amount of multiplayer games that are coming out. In the trailer, you can see like that classic Astroneer looking style. It looks kind of like it's going to be more akin to like Destiny. We see that in some of the photos here, especially this one. This is one of the ones they showed off on the Steam page, where you just see like so many people. It looks like it's going to be more of an MMO kind of experience. I don't know if that's what it's going to end up being. I just know that's what it's looking like. I absolutely am so intrigued by this game. We don't know a lot. All we know is that you're going to be exploring planets, facing fascinating creatures, hazardous flora, and mysterious forces that await every turn. It is going to take place on the ESS Starseeker, the heart of the crew, an ever-loving space station where players get together to plan expeditions, upgrade their capabilities, and even hang out with other players. So, like I said, that's kind of your traditional like hub world, basically, for MMO kind of games, which that's what I'm leaning towards this being. And Astroneer, of all things, going in that kind of direction with a game is very interesting to me. I'm fascinated. I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to see what they do. And yeah, I think it's gonna be so much fun. And I mean, the creatures just look terrifying. I I don't remember ever running into that many creatures in Astroneer, but this thing looks terrifying. And none of these guys look really equipped to handle it, except that guy in the back. I don't know what he's got, but he's got something, and he is ready for it. And our next game is going to be Castlevania Belmont's Curse. And the art style, guys, it just looks so chef's kiss. Like, absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning, amazing background. I don't know a whole lot about the Castlevania series, but I may have to learn a little because this just looks amazing. All I know is that one meme clip on the internet where it's just Dracula gets punched, immediately just goes, "You must be the Belmont." It's that. I know I didn't just say the quote verbatim, but it's that. That's really all I know. And I'm so interested in learning more about the franchise because it seems really fun and really interesting. Even though platformers usually not my kind of jam, except for like Kirby. Kirby's really my jam, but that's it. So this game looks really interesting, and that's going to conclude our video game segment. Next up, in the grim darkness of the far future, Warhammer 40k, another one of my hobbies that I absolutely adore. And I really got into the miniatures. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is one of the new miniatures they showed off that will be released along with 11th edition. And this is a Vanguard Veteran, I believe is what they're calling it. Let me double check here. Yeah, Vanguard Veteran with a jump pack. And this, as a Space Wolves player, gets me hopeful for Skyclaws. I want my Flying Wolves. Give me my Flying Wolves. Give me my Space Vikings with jetpacks, please. Because they look so good in the new Primaris style. The power sword, the pistol, this thing just looks majestic. My little Kit Basher heart just goes, yee. Like, I want to get my hands on this model so bad. But I have such a backlog that getting my hands on it isn't happening. Along with this, though, this week, they also brought out some new terrain rules. So, terrain rules, hidden and obscuring. Basically, there are two kinds of terrain. You can either hidden or obscured. Some terrain's going to be hidden, where you're completely hidden as long as that unit doesn't shoot in the current or preceding player turn. So we'll be hidden at the start of the game, for example. While hidden, a model is only visible to enemy units within their detection range, which is usually 15 inches, not feet. So you can deploy your models a lot more freely without worrying about a first turn barrage. I think that's going to be really interesting to deal with for a lot of shooty armies. So Tau players, some Orc armies, Guard. Additionally, most terrain, much as it is today, is obscuring. Obscuring terrain areas cannot be seen entirely through, so even large models and big units can use sections of terrain to avoid enemy fire. So basically more of that just like using terrain to your advantage kind of deal. And now instead of the current +1 bonus to an armor save, it'll be a -1 penalty to a ballistic skill, which makes a lot more sense in my opinion. It's like, yeah, why would it makes more sense to me that it's going to make being in terrain makes you harder to be shot than tougher, basically. That's how my like D&D brain thinks about it. Next up, I know we said I said we were done with the video game section, but there was a Warhammer game announced, Warhammer Survivors. It covers both 40K and Age of Sigmar. This is the only picture I grabbed for it. You'll just have to trust me on that. Some of the characters you'll be able to play, it's your typical bullet hell. So you get things like Malnius Kalagar, just a normal space marine, a chaplain, looks like Death Angels, Gazgul, and Yarick will be playable in it. Which that's probably gonna might tie in somehow to Armageddon. I don't know, because definitely looks like you're fighting orcs. It's gonna be interesting. Bullet hells are kind of fun for a little while, not for long though. But I'm interested in it. It could be fun. And now, for our last section, the shortest section of today's little Warhammer news, not just hobby news even, it's the works in progress. What are you currently working on? What's going on? I encourage you guys to talk about whatever project you're currently working on, whether it be you're building something in Minecraft or Terraria or something, or if you're working with something physical like a Warhammer Mini, which is what I'm currently working with. Here is what I'm working on. I am currently working on these 6 little guys. I am working on the Centurions, and I cannot for the life of me right now remember these little sniper guys' names, but they look absolutely amazing in the colors I paint. I just basically need to get their faces done. I haven't managed to get that done, though, before I have to go on vacation. It's kind of soul-crushing that they'll have to wait like 2 weeks before I can get them done, but I really can't wait to get these guys done. They're going to look so good. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning in today. And as always, be good people, cause chaos, and I will see you in another video. Peace out.